During these 2 weeks, with the cinematic background of the beautiful city of Stockholm, we have brought you interviews with some of the most talented and praised directors and filmmakers of today. These up-close and personal interviews have not only portrayed the movies, the filmmakers, actors, or directors, but also given you a glimpse of the person behind the acclaimed name. Here are some of the highlights. What's your definition of power? And also it would be interesting to see, how do you define power also in Nobody Walks? Is there a sense of momentum of power?
Well, I think the movie is very much about female power and young female power and how women don't recognize their own power and they aren't sure how to yield it. And it's something that they have, that as they sort of learn through trial and error.
Almost every movie needs that theme, power in terms of power between characters, different structures. I mean, I think power is a key word in terms of dramaturgy in films.
I was thinking about this question of power and that, you know, power is always connected to responsibility.
It's all about power in the end. Power relationship, the lack of power, the loss of power, the quest for power.
You know, we often traffic in the idea that power is something outside of us, you know, the government, money, possessions, but really, you know, personal power is the most impactful.
I think power is about confidence, actually. I'm sort of obsessed with power. I think it's really interesting.
It's about the freedom to act according to your own wishes and needs.
That we all have this desire for ascendancy and control and power. I mean, that's been sort of, you know, the defining kind of, sort of the defining theme in terms of our kind of collective narrative as people.
My boys in the film, Zana Dana, they bring a lot of power.
You know, it's a sense of looking into the world of power, what really happens. I mean, the problem is I think we're all very packaged. When there's an expression, what is a political gaffe? A political gaffe is when someone actually tells the truth.
I think the way that each person defines power is different, but I think it really comes from within. I think about power as personal power as opposed to societal power.
We have a responsibility to question, as he says, to pose the hysterical question, what is demanded of me?
Power is funny, also.
Power.
Hamas says an Israeli airstrike in the Gaza Strip is killed.
So which is your favorite Defoe movie?
Well, I would say I have a favorite theater piece, actually, when he plays the Hairy Ape with the Wooster Group. That's amazing to see him live. But in the movies, I would say it's definitely the character from Wild at Heart.
Temptation of the Christ, I think, is the best. And Platoon is cool as well.
I'm attracted to roles that, you know, I don't recognize. I don't recognize what they are until you arrive at them. And even then, sometimes I've done movies and I don't even know what I've done. So I think of myself more as a collaborator in, you know, making this thing, and I'm the material. So I try to give myself to the director, and I put myself in that landscape, and then I'm a doer. I don't, you know, think so much about who the character is. I just think about, you know, being ready to receive the story, you know.
And going back to you as an actor, or you as a person too, where do you find the source of inspiration? Where do you sort of recharge your batteries?
Lots of different places. Waking up, for starters. Yeah, no, it always comes different places. But I think always I feel like I'm studying something, or I'm trying to teach myself something. You know, I'm a student of so many things, and not just in preparing for roles, but in life. That's what inspires me.
To present Willem Dafoe with the Achievement Award, please welcome Peter Fonda.
Good coat.
Thank you for taking all the heat off me, dude.
Actually, I think this is one of the most beautiful thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. It's cool to receive this from Peter. Really nothing to say except for thanks for the encouragement. Everybody's been real sweet here. It's been fun to be here. It's a good festival. And go see movies. Okay? All right. Thanks.
For me, cinema at first is not to give message or to have a very big opinion on the world, and so it's more human. It's just human. When you shoot a film, you just have body of actors, and it's a question of love, of this little boy needs so much love during the film, and what interests me at first is human behavior and how it works in our head, in our body, and human are at the center of my film, and I like the character, singular character and strange family, because in Home, in this one, it's a dysfunctional family. And I like the character who don't go in a good way, like normal people. I like when they are different and more marginal in a way.
But as your source of inspiration for up-and-coming directors, and of course female ones, do you have any piece of advice that you could give them?
To follow the desire, because I think that the most important and that we have to protect is the desire, because after you have a desire, it's very fragile. When you feel because before shooting a film, I need to feel the film in my body. I really need to feel that the film is here, and now I can shoot the film. And it's very fragile, because later it's a question of you have a big crew, you have money, it's very technical, it's very practice, you have always problems. So you have to protect the desire, because the desire is a motor of making a film, I think, and you have to be yourself. You have to be crazy. Also, I think it's important to be crazy.
Merci beaucoup.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the recipient of the 2012 Stockholm Visionary Award, Jacques Alliard.
Stop!
Vous avez travaillé aussi comme scénariste. Quel est comme réalisateur, pourquoi tu pars d'autres sujets?
D'autres sujets, parce qu'on pense toujours, quand on lit un roman, quand on lit des nouvelles, on se dit, ah tiens, il y a des idées là-dedans, il y a une idée, et que ça va être plus rapide. Moi, c'est ce que je me dis. Mais en revanche, je sais que dans Craig Davidson, je sais exactement, même si on adapte beaucoup les nouvelles, je sais ce que Craig nous amène. Il nous amène un univers, les orques, le Marineland. J'y aurais jamais pensé. Il nous amène les combats, j'y aurais jamais pensé. Il nous amène l'enfant, j'y aurais jamais pensé. Pour moi, c'est plutôt le rapport avec le monde. C'est établir un rapport avec le monde. La littérature, c'est établir un rapport avec moi-même, d'abord.
En même temps, vous êtes un cinéaste, en fait, tu es vraiment un cinéaste de l'image qui est assez loin d'une tradition littéraire du cinéma français. Est-ce qu'il n'y a pas un paradoxe?
C'est quoi une tradition littéraire du cinéma français? Je vois un peu ce que tu veux dire, mais oui, dans ces cas-là, à la fois j'en suis loin dans ce que je fais, mais j'en suis très proche dans ce que j'aime. Je pense que comment tout ce qui fait effectivement le grand cinéma français d'une époque a été d'inspiration littéraire, très littéraire.
Oh, shit. Merci.
Merci infiniment, merci.
You know, when we were making the film, I wasn't really thinking about the audience so much. I was just focused on trying to make the best movie that we could make. And initially, Una Noche was a short film, and it kind of expanded into a feature film when I went back to Cuba and started casting and applying for permits and all of these things. It became a much bigger story.
So I mean, how long was the process from beginning to end, from shooting the last picture or the last frame?
Well, from having the idea for the film and starting to make my thesis was 6 years ago from now. We were writing it, then raising the funds, then going out to Cuba, shooting, locations.
And
everything.
now that, you know, the film is out and it's so awarded and praised, do you feel pressure after, you know, making that first bang boom impression?
Do I feel pressure for the next film? You know what? I think the biggest pressure for me comes from myself, probably. So I want to make the next film good. I'm working on a script that starts in Rio and comes to New York, and it's based on one male character and his kind of journey of personal discovery. It's a very intimate movie.
When I started with my short films with this little 16mm camera, I didn't have access to sound. I had to put the sound on afterwards, and so I never took dialogue, for instance. It's like the old silent movies. You have to be very aware of the image, of course, and try to tell the story as much as possible in images. So that has, I guess, become part of my character, as you say. And I think it's more natural to me, the lyrical view on things than the epic view. I'm not so good at telling stories.
Årets Stockholm Lifetime Achievement Award går till en regissör i vars konstnärskap bilden och iakttagandet alltid har varit grunden, dokumenterandet det väsentliga. Oj. Oj. Varsågod.
Tänk på att jag har dålig rygg. Ja, den är hemsk. Det här är alldeles förskräckligt, ja. Och alldeles underbart, för att tala med Askungen. Tack alla och tack publiken. För utan er blev det inte heller mycket utav det hela. A lifetime achievement, it's a little bit frightening, of course, the title of the prize, because the first question you ask, are you worth this prize? The second question is, will there be anything after lifetime? But as I've heard, several other well-known people have got the prize and survived it and are still working.
It's a big honor to give out the Silver Audience Award. The winner is Call Girl.
I just want to say that I'm so honored and I'm so happy that we got the Audience Award for this film. It means so lot to us.
What can I say? I'm really happy that a lot of you liked it. Some of you at least, but enough. And I have to say, I want to send a big love bucket to my beautiful crew and team. The best in the world, I think. Bye.
Thank you.
Don't wait for somebody to tell you your script. You know, when you think your script is good, that's when it's good. And make it. You know, don't wait for money. Money will always. If you wait for money, money will never find you. You just gotta like charge forward and hope that you come out the other side. That's always been my strategy.
Because usually money is the thing that is the problem, financing a movie.
Yeah. Until you sort of believe that you can make the movie with or without money, you won't get the money. So it's a catch-22, but I always find that you want to empower yourself and know that you can pick up a video camera, shoot the film outside with fake costumes. You know, there's always a way to tell your story, you know, and the worst thing you can do is sit around for 10 years and not make a film. So just keep on doing it.
Wyatt, Captain America, Easy Rider. Yes, I'm talking about the legendary and iconic actor, Peter Fonda. We had the pleasure of meeting this charming man who has a large sense of humor, but who also showed an emotional side when we talked about his father, legendary actor Henry Fonda.
I was born famous. I was born Henry Fonda's son. I had no idea who that was.
What was it like working with your father?
It was hysterical. Wanda, Nevada is a fairy tale set in a modern Western background. And my dad came down to shoot for one day. And I arrived, I was directing and acting in the film. I said, Dad, here, now you're supposed to be chewing tobacco. And I know you're dying and I don't want you to chew tobacco. So I've got this licorice, because I knew he loved licorice, all ground up. You just put that in your mouth, you spit that out. The camera sees that as tobacco. Nope. He pulled up a bag of regular tobacco. It was Red Man. He said, Cosby, Bill Cosby. Cosby gave me this and I'm going to use it. I said, Dad, you don't need it. This works. Nope. He did his scene. We had a wonderful time shooting. And we broke for lunch. And my father crashed, literally fell down in his dressing room, and because he had been doing the chewing tobacco. Foolish man. About 2 weeks later, I got a letter from him. It was probably the 5th letter that I'd gotten from him in my life. He said, in my 41 years of making motion picture, I have never seen a crew so devoted to the director. And you're a very good director, son. And I want you to think of me as part of your company. And I love you very much. Oh, it was amazing to me. So that's what it was like. The one day I got to work with my dad, we connected so incredibly well. Yeah.
gonna need a bigger boat.
Welcome.
Welcome to the 23rd
Stockholm.
Stockholm
International
Film Festival.
It's been a wonderful, interesting, and entertaining 2 weeks. But the 23rd International Film Festival has now come to an end. We want to thank you all for having joined us, and of course, we hope to see you next year. This is Sabina von Gafka for Festival TV.